It can be quite lonely work. And the type of biology research I did was directly, we used live cell cultures, and they need to be timed and fed and taken care of in a very certain way. So my schedule was fully tied down to in 2 hours, I need to go in and feed them and rotate them, make sure the temperature is happy so that they're happy. And then it's also a lot of repetitive work because, of course, with research, 99.9% of the time, you're testing out a hypothesis, an educated guess, if you will. Most of the time, it's not going to turn out the way you want it to. It's going to fail. And 0.01% of the time, that's when you actually get something and can publish paper. So it's a little bit of both of just, it's quite isolating and lonely. And the fact that you're kind of very tied down to certain aspect of the work that's repetitive and you get so sucked into the daily monotonous routine that sometimes you forget what you're actually working on. A lot of people who thought they wanted to go towards a PhD in biological sciences don't. Like they realize halfway through this is very unattainable. And while you're doing research, while you're studying and doing research and going down PhD path, you are not getting paid at all as much. And so it's a very, very, you have a stipend and all that, and you might get a little bit, but it's very low. And by the time you get a piece of paper that says PhD, it's amazing work, but you're well into like you're 29, you're 30, you're 31, depending, right? You're getting a PhD isn't just about how many years, it's about whether your research is deemed qualified for you to become a doctorate. So you can be there for a short time if you're lucky, and a long time too if your research is just not going well. If you go into biotech, that's different as well. Biotech nowadays, you need to be you need to be a coder, you need to know how to do software engineering. So that you can go straight after an undergraduate degree in biology and maybe a minor in computer science, for example. And that, you can start off with maybe even a six-figure salary in biotech. But then if you were to go into research, then that is very, very different. And like I touched on earlier, when you're in your master's program, your PhD program, you're getting paid very little. And then when you complete, let's say by the time you're 29, 30, then you actually can start to have salary. But still, I don't know what it is now, but it wasn't high when it was like the early 2010s. Like it wasn't high. It's maybe like half or maybe 60, 70% of what, no, that's too high. 60% of what, let's say, a software engineer starting salary would be. So salary for like a software engineer probably right now would be maybe sitting somewhere around 120,000 per year. And so with the research as a researcher, or maybe you become a professor, probably 70, 80.